Hello, all my happy friends or frogs. I am back. It is still Wednesday. It is still March 11th. It is still the 70th day of the year. But I just had another story, another item, entry that I had skipped in one of my busy days or one of my lazy days, whatever, however you want to say it. And I thought this was also important. And it also applies to me a lot. Sometimes I repeat the same thing over and over in some of these videos, but I want whoever is new or just comes into the situation to understand that I am who I am and what I stand for. I do think that everybody, or not any, I really don't think anyone should be depressed. I know it happens, and I feel like I'm the poster child for people that were depressed and can get over it. I don't know, kind of. I know many other people can get over it. Sometimes their depression isn't so severe, or sometimes they're able to just grow out of it. And I'm not saying I didn't kind of grow out of it. I'm just saying that this stoicism kind of helped me to get out of it. So if I repeat things, it's just for newer people. I will try my very best not to get so static in my stories or not so static in my introduction or whatever. But you've reached Cassie's Corner. And I am Cassie. I am the owner of this here corner. This is my corner. This is where I go when I'm anxious or when I'm feeling shy or not very confident myself or not ready to mingle in the world of culture, in the world of social culture. I'm not a very social person. I freeze very much when I start a conversation or somebody seems to be in a better mood than I am. I kind of freeze my thoughts and what I was going to say because I'm doing good. And then the other person comes up and they're bubbly and they're very energetic or whatever. They say something smarter than I am, and then I'm like, I'm ruined. I'm done. Why did it do it? Forgive me. I am kind of okay. I do have another item for you today that I kind of feel like is very important. It says, don't tell yourself stories. And this is also from the Daily Stoic, but this was from March 6th, though. It was one of those days that I just was not up to par to come on the video and show my face. As you see, I did, from my last video, I did kind of change things around a little bit, but I'm still not happy with the way it looks. Maybe I just need to just take everything down and off and over and just start over. I don't know. I feel like I'm clutter. I'm a clutter magnet, and I wasn't like that when I was growing up. But yeah. Anyway, so don't tell yourself stories. In public, avoid talking often and excessively about your accomplishments or dangers. For however much you enjoy recounting your dangers, it's not so pleasant for others to hear about your affairs. And Epictetus said this in his book that I cannot pronounce. It's the I don't know what it is, but I can't say it. I don't talk Greek. I'm not Greek. Modern philosopher Nassim Taleb has warned that of the narrative fallacy, the tendency to assemble unrelated events of the past into stories. These stories, however gratifying to create, are inherently misleading. They lead to a sense of cohesion and certainty that isn't real. If that's too heady, remember that as Epictetus points out, there is another reason not to tell stories about you or about your past. Sorry about that. About your past is boring, annoying, and self-absorbed. It might make you feel good to dominate the conversation and make it all about you. But how do you think it is for everyone else? Do you think people are really enjoying the highlights of your high school football days? Is this really the time for another exaggerated tale of your sexual prowess? Who would talk about their sexual prowess in public? I'm just curious. Am I prude? Anyway, try your best not to create the fantasy bubble. Live in what's real. Listen and connect with people and don't perform for them. And I think this is very relevant to the fact that I am on video, and that's kind of why I said I do say things over and over, or I do tell anecdotes or stories about my situation, only because I really need you to understand, or if you're depressed, if you're anxious, if you're moody, if you're not behaving in a way that is certainly not yourself. I want you to understand that I was also one of these people. I suffered a deep, dark depression, whereas I cried all the time. I was mad. I was angry. I mean, I can go on and on, but I've said this in so many videos. You would have to look at some of my past videos to understand what I'm talking about. And I think I kind of grew out of the depression. I was tired of being depressed all the time, but there is a way, and it's by this book that told me I can control it. It's up to me to control what goes on up here. It's up to me to figure out something pleasant to think about. It's up to me to control how I behave in front of anyone. I mean, anybody. I could hate someone as much as I don't like that word. I could literally not care for someone, but I still would be responsible for how I behave towards this person. I do it all the time. All the time. People come into my life and I'm like, I really just don't care for this person for whatever reason. Maybe our personalities clash. Maybe I feel like they're too immature. Maybe I feel like they have that holier than thou attitude. I don't like that when people act like they're better than everybody else. I just don't have that. I don't have the willpower to deal with that arrogance and that obnoxious behavior. Sure, you can act like you're holier than me. You can act like it, but it's not happening. I'd rather not even deal with you on a daily basis if that is how you feel. But this kind of lets me know that I do need to move on to other stories that are relevant to my, probably my depression, and to stop saying the same things over and over, so as to keep you invited to my videos or interested in what I have to say. I feel like I just really want to drill into you how easy it is not to be dependent on your mind, that your mind should be dependent on what you need it to be, that you think, like if I want to think about money, if I was just doing things on autopilot, if I want to count money, which sometimes I have to count 3 or 4 different times because I am ADHD and my mind does drift off into other things, or something happens and I'm interrupted and I can't concentrate. So I'm counting money, I'm counting pennies, and I'm counting dimes, and I have to literally focus my mind on this money to count it correctly. Otherwise, my mind will drift off into yesterday and the day before, or childhood, or how my kids may be acting, or, just anything. Have you ever had that before? You need to concentrate on this, whether it be schoolwork, whether it be work, whether it be whatever. And then your mind is just, you find yourself, you're in church. It happens a lot. You're in church and the preacher's up there and he's telling his whatever, he's saying his sermon or whatever. And you're not focusing. You're focused on what you need to do when you get home. Happens to me all the time when I have gone to church. I've learned that I've not focused so much on what the preacher has said. I've got everything else going on in my mind. But yet my face is going, yeah, okay. But I'm still thinking, what do I need to do when I go? It is not good. It's not good. But I have to make my mind focus on stuff, especially with ADHD. That crap is not even funny. I always thought I was like everybody else. It was just a disease for people to act out and to, miss the point. No. And then the bad thing is I was not diagnosed until I was 50 years old. So I've only been diagnosed for 5 years. That is sad. Sad state of affairs. I've been going all my life with an ADHD type behavior, but I can get things done. I know how to work. It takes me forever to learn certain things, but once I've learned it, I kind of run away with it. That kind of thing. That just weird. It freaks me out how the mind can play tricks on you. But for the most part, I can focus. Like if I know I need to count money, or if I know I need to reply to somebody, I do my best not to focus on anything more than what I'm doing at the present moment. Like sometimes I get carried away here on the video, and I start talking about things that really don't make any sense. And then, never mind. See, I just did it again. I hope everybody's having a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope that you have the rest of your work week, but you've only got 2 more days to go. I hope everything is wonderful to you. I just thought I may make up for some of the days that I did miss. I have missed a couple of days due to whatever laziness, due to being moody, due to just not having that motivation to come to you. Sometimes I can find myself being moody or sad or anxious or whatever, and I feel like it's written on my face, and I really don't want to do that to somebody. If I'm going to talk to you seriously about not being depressed, I can't come on here depressed and kind of make myself look undepressed. So I really have a thing about being true to what I stand for. So I do it all for good reason. I really do. There's a good reason for all of it. I don't have a reason to lie, and I don't have a reason to scam anybody. I really don't. So if I'm not feeling good about myself, I really am not going to come to you and be like, hey, you should feel better about yourself. How hypocritical can I be with that? I can't. I just cannot be a hypocritical person. So I want everyone to have a wonderful day, and I will catch you all tomorrow, I hope. Maybe I can do a show all this week. That would be awesome. I'm going to have a wonderful week. That's just all I got to say. Like I tell my daughter, good things are coming, and good things are coming. You are worthy. You deserve happiness. You deserve peace. You deserve everything that you desire. I mean, maybe not money. I can't do that for you. I can't promise you that. But you deserve joy. You deserve a peaceful life. You deserve to enjoy moments with your grandchildren or with your children, with your spouse even, that are joyful, that are memorable, where you're not so caught up in the sad times. And I really want that for you, and I'm really trying to help you to see that. So that's what I'm here for. I will see y'all tomorrow, I hope. Bye-bye.